Hey everybody, we had a great time in Tampa, but it's time to move on. We're heading out west and we're going down to Mexico.
Yeah! That was in Mexico.
That's okay. Thanks for joining us on our journey and follow along as we head out west.
We were doing a light test and I did the first right-hand turn and David didn't see it. The connector wasn't pushed in all the way, but the rear camera is on, so we'll see what he says. What's happening?
Yeah, the turn signal on the right-hand side's not working.
Uh-oh.
Everything else is working, brakes and clearance,
Okay.
turn signal, but passenger side's not working.
Huh. Think it's a bulb, maybe? Uh-oh. Can't go anywhere. Gotta have our signals. This isn't good. And I think we're the last camper here, and all the other campers are the campers from the show. They're pulling them out now and queuing them up out here, I guess, for all the transporters. Well, goodbye, Tampa RV Show. See where they're queuing up all of the RVs. We were trying to get through the exit, and thank goodness this little guy was well ahead of us because the exit gate is closed. So I'm gonna get out and move those cones. You are getting a lot of experience making U-turns with this show.
Man, no kidding.
So how do we get out of here? Like you got it. Close. Inches a mile. Now how do we get out of here? I feel like we're backstage at Disney here. You see where the exit sign is. It's usually what people say about us. If we can make it, then they can make it. So now, what?
Yes, there is a canopy.
But I don't think there's one on the
Outside?
ooh. What if he's not sure if he can make it? Sure hoping that's at least 13.6. Well, we somehow made it to I-75. Are driving over, I don't know if it's swampland or Everglades, but it is part of the Florida aquifer where they get their water from, their drinking water. That is one truck you don't want to see topple over. They are hauling just a bunch of bees. Now there is a vintage camper.
In case you look at the fuel gauge,
Which I always am.
which you always are, we're at around a little less than a third of a tank. But I have a plan.
That's good.
Yeah, and the plan is not to run out of fuel.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that very much.
No, I wouldn't think you would. If we're getting a red light tomorrow when we pull in, then we only have 20 miles to go to get more fuel.
Oh, okay,
So I have a plan.
good. Is it tonight that we're stopping at Walmart?
It is today. Yes. So as we head out west down to Mexico, we've got some prep work that we have to do. We've got to take on water.
Lots of water. Can never have enough water.
We've got to dump tanks,
Yes.
and we've got to get some food. Even though we're going to eat a lot of.
I'm gonna eat a lot out. Normally we don't eat out a lot, but we're gonna make an exception for
This is Mexico.
Yes.
So we're going to have a lot of tacos, quesadillas, chilaquiles, all kinds of different yummy foods.
Right. And then I also need to, just get a few supplies like laundry detergent and that sort of thing, just to make sure we're fully stocked with our normal everyday things.
And then also to cross into Mexico, since we're U.S. citizens, we've got to have the right documents. Check.
Yep. So David's gone online and prepped for all our insurance documents, our visitor documents, I think there's a couple of others, but we've also got them all printed out, so we don't want any excuses. We don't want to give them our phone and say, here, it's on here, and you can't read it. So we've got everything printed out. And
in
hopefully,
duplicate.
In duplicate and triplicate. We've got our passports, made sure everything's right. So David's got all the boxes checked, so hopefully they'll let us in.
We'll see.
Well, we just finished our shopping trip at Walmart. I didn't get as much stuff as I thought I needed. I don't have my list with me either, so I could easily put that in the smart car. So what's interesting is they said, we did check with the customer service, and they said we can park here, even though there are signs that say no overnight truck parking or RV parking. And those signs look pretty new too. We were here about 2 years ago, and so we're parked where she said she wanted us to park. So we're here in the back corner, and I don't know if you can see, but there's a whole herd of deer out there grazing on the field. We're all buttoned up and ready to make our next in-transit stop, which will be at the Mississippi Welcome Center. You ready to go?
Ready to go?
Ready to go. Finally found the drizzling weather, and we're crossing over Mobile Bay, and it is a little bit foggy. Friends are traveling ahead of us and stopped at the rest area that we're going to be staying at tonight and said the dump station was closed, and we were planning on dumping there. So we're going to check this one out to see if we can go ahead and dump here.
This one looks like it's operational. It's got a hose and everything right there.
All right. Well, we are dumping on the side of the road. Hey, did you know that?
What's that?
That this is the first time we've dumped at a rest area?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So this is actually quite nice. They have a hose, I guess, for the flush. Unfortunately, the threads on that hose are all messed up, so we don't have a way of putting it into our flush. So
Well, actually, we do.
you do. What is that?
It is a hose banded. So if there's no threads, or if they're bad threads, I can put it over there. It's rubber and it kind of seals it. And I can now make it into a good threaded connection.
A hose bandit. We're all done, and David loves his little drain master. David just made a bat turn. He was in the middle lane, and we saw that there's a Chester's at this Love's, and we are in desperate need of some Chester's chicken tenders. Well, we just pulled into the truck stop to get some chicken, and the low fuel light turns on.
I'd say that's excellent planning.
Yeah. David just put about 12 gallons of fuel in the truck, just enough to get us to the next fuel stop. We stumbled across this rest area, gosh, actually 6 years ago. I think it was one of the first stops we made when we started full-timing, and we love it. Got our spot, and we checked all the water spigots on both sides, and they probably have everything turned off for the winter. So we're gonna have to not do without water. Sandra can't do that, so we have a backup plan. In this lifestyle, you gotta have a backup plan. So when David was working with Heron Welding on designing the bed of the truck, he had a 60-gallon fresh water tank put in, and David accesses it through this open compartment where we keep the 2,000-watt Honda generator.
To prime it.
But a friend of ours saw this on Amazon and said that, you know, gosh, we can make it cheaper. So David bought all the individual components and made the box, this transfer box himself. And then to get power, he plugs it up there. and it is gravity fed, so the water will eventually get from the truck over to the hose. And then he's going to transfer that 60 gallons into the trailer. And then when I use up that 60 gallons, if we need to transfer that wastewater, he can do just the opposite. He can take the macerator pump and pump all our stuff back into the truck in the 60 gallon waste tank. Well, we made it to the rest stop kind of early. It's about 3:30, 4 o'clock, I think, and we're dry camping here in one of the RV spots. But I'm not going to be doing too much, Russ, because I have got a ton of laundry to catch up on. About 3 loads, and it'll take me about, from start to finish, about 4 to 5 hours. But we'll be watching TV and catching up on some other stuff, so it's all good. It's a crisp early morning, and we are entering into Louisiana. Yay! We have fuel! We have full tanks! I can't believe when we pulled into that Chester's that the low fuel light came on.
That was hilarious.
It was funny. No, we are not stopping at this TA for fuel. It's just mighty convenient that there is a Whataburger right next door, and it's 12:15.
We're stopping for my fuel.
Yes.
Not the truck fuel.
David's absolutely favorite, and whenever we are even remotely close to a Whataburger, he's gonna find it. He's gonna sniff it down. It's like this internal radar, and he's gonna find it, and we're gonna stop. Just crossing over to Texas. All over, all over. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Never flew again. Never flew again. We've stopped for the night. David found this Tractor Supply, and we need to fill up our propane tanks, but he's been in there a while. I'm getting a little worried. This might be a good sign. I saw David shake this gentleman's hand inside, and they both came out, and he's been taking pictures of the rig. Well, are we going to be able to get in?
Well, we're here, so we can park here, which is good.
Yeah.
But we can't get propane tonight.
Oh shoot! What time do they open?
8 o'clock in the morning, and they have a full crew. So Felicia loves it, Mercedes loves our rig, and Gary took a picture, and I shook his hand, and he says, "You know, you've made my day. You put a smile on my face." And I said, "You know, then that's been a good day."
That's a good day.
So tomorrow morning at 8, I'll get my propane, but tonight, no. But that's okay. We have a place to stay, and it's nice and level.
Well, I might actually be able to sleep in then if we have to wait.
Yes, actually, you
That's
probably
a good
can.
thing. We had a really nice night here at the Tractor Supply. David was first in line to get his propane. He's all done. And we have composite tanks, so they're not the metal, so they're a lot lighter to carry. Even I can carry them. And what's really nice is we can put them in the smart car as well. We pulled into the rest stop, and this big bad boy came rolling in. This is the middle section of one of the wind turbines. It's huge. I don't feel so big anymore.
No.
We're kind of tiny. Yes.
We are through San Antonio, just on the outskirts, on the western side, as we head west. Really very little traffic. The only traffic was a little bit of debris on the road, and it turned out to be more like sand kind of debris.
Entering the Ozana Welcome Center. Well, we're getting ready to leave. Obviously, you can hear the truck right behind me. So every day in my bullet journal, I write down something I'm grateful for. And today's easy. I am very grateful for these mile marker 234. I think this is a new one. And David says we've been, oh yeah, I think I remember this one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this is a very fancy smancy rest area, the Pecos Safety Rest Area. Okay, I think I just checked and there's no one in the bathroom. This is just a really cool bathroom, and for a rest area, wow. So let's take a look. They put on wide angle. The slatted ceilings, granite, marble. I mean, is this incredible or what? Yes, I still have my jacket on. Backing up. I got you. Aw, are you petting the sheep? Aw.
Bad. I'm bad.
Gee. Just park anywhere?
Park anywhere. We're in Van Horn for the night, get some things caught up from several days of travel, and also getting prepped for our trip down to hopefully crossing the border into Mexico. Now, one of the things that we do is we need water. Yeah, we need lots of water. Well, actually, Sandra needs lots of water. So what we have is in the truck, we've got a tank, and I filled that, and that's not enough because that's only about 60 gallons. So what I did is I've got a bladder. I cleaned out my basement.
I'm sitting here watching to make sure water's not going to be leaking out of it. We're going to put this water bladder in here just to give us a little bit extra cushion. Because we're going to be there for what, 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
And yes, this has traveled before, so it shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. So we'll see if it makes it down to Mexico. If not, I'm going to have a really clean basement.
He is checking out the back of our dryer. We were running it and it just stopped. This is what David fished out from behind the lint.
Well, mystery solved. It was the buildup of lint.
After doing a little investigation, we're pretty sure the heating element or the thermostat fried in the dryer. So I'm going to be about 4 weeks now, minimum, without a dryer.
Just crossed over into New Mexico, and you know, I don't know, has there ever been a time where we have been on I-10 passing through here that we have not stopped at this rest area?
No, we have always stopped at this rest area.
I think this is the most stopped rest area we've ever been to. Oh look, more dairy farms. So this is actually pretty funny. Went to visit our my uncle's farm in Kansas, and we were talking about the stench of these farms out here in El Paso. And I said, yeah, they've got this big pile of poo and it's covered in plastic and tires, and they probably do that to cover up the stink, but it's not working. And then my uncle David says, well, hell bell, Sandra, that ain't poo, that's silage. I was like, well, what is silage? And he said, that's the stuff that cows eat. So I guess they bring it in and it ferments or something. That's to protect the silage for the cows to eat it. And I hope that is not what we smell, because it's just not the best smell in the world. And what makes things worse is that's the stuff that we love to drink so much. I don't know if that's pistachio or pecan, but it says pistachio land, bigger and better. Now I went online to see, because it seems like every time we come through here, there's nothing on the trees, and apparently they do the harvesting on pistachios late August, 1st of September. So there's some fat chance we're ever going to be coming through here, because that's when it's like really super hot. And we don't like the hot or the cold. So in 2 miles you need to keep to the left on I-10 West.
Well, it's Saturday night.
Woohoo!
And do we know how to party or what?
We do. We are party animals.
Oh yeah, yeah. We found the place
We did.
in Arizona that is gonna just rock your socks off for a Saturday night. I'm not teasing. This is like 10 to 6 on Saturday. All right? Not Saturday morning.
No, I would be
Saturday
up.
night.
Oh my goodness. We thought we were going to be pulling in here at Apple Annie's and get some apple pie. And then we thought, oh my gosh, it's going to be so busy. We're not going to be able to get the rig in.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think we'll have a problem.
No, but
Yeah.
no pie for us tonight.
No pie for us.
Oh well, I'll just have to make some. Good morning. Well, I'm normally not a fan of sunrises because that means that's early in the morning, but this is just really pretty. The colors and the sky and the sun. Well, that tank is pointing right towards us, so I don't think we want to get that driver in any road rage. Wow, making some big changes. It's been a couple years since we've been here. Last time we were here was in 2020, right before we had to start sheltering for COVID. And the quilt show just ended yesterday, and there's some horse riding competitions going on today, so hopefully we'll be able to get a sight, but I see a lot of camper tops. Lindsay wasn't kidding when she said this is the busiest she's ever seen it.
Great, how are you doing? We're hoping for one night tonight.
All I can do is give you a dry camping.
Okay, if that's all, then that's it.
So we're making a quick pit stop here in Tucson, Arizona. Basically dump and fill the trailer tanks, get a few supplies. So when we get into, well, hush, when we get into Mexico, and we're going to also stop and meet up with some friends while we're here. They're wintering here for the winter. And one advantage of having a truck is that we have a refrigerator inside. So we can go directly from our little shopping spree and put our milk and ice cream and stuff in the fridge and not have to rush home. So really, really super efficient with our time. Plus, you can get a lot more groceries in the truck than the smart car. Well, it's 7:30 in the morning. It's very early. And doing our last dump before we get into Mexico, hopefully.
Hopefully.
So in about 3 hours, we'll know where we're going to be for the next 3 weeks.
Right now, I guess we are kind of homeless.
We are homeless. We have no direction. We don't know where we're going to be. It's an unsettling feeling, but it's kind of exciting all at the same time too. Not dark 30, but it might as well be. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and we are. I can't think straight right now. I really.
We're in Tucson.
Thank you.
We are going to head south.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful day, and there's no traffic out.
Yeah, it's morning rush hour, and there's literally nobody on the road, and everything is all green, and all is right with the world, except it's just really early in the morning. Really pretty view of the Tucson skyline and the mountains in the back. We have 137 miles to go to the border. What do you think our chances are that they're going to let us in? And what do you think our chances are of getting into the campground?
Yeah, so after just seeing some of the BLM boondocking here in Tucson, man, I mean, that was full.
Yes.
So, Puerto Penasco may be the same way. I hope it's not.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
But chances, I'm giving us about an 85% chance of crossing the border.
We were looking at some YouTube channels or videos the other day, and they said it's pretty loosey-goosey getting in. So after seeing that, I feel much better too.
Yeah, so I feel pretty good about getting across the border, even in our big rig.
Yeah.
Maybe, 70% getting into the campground, 75. I'm hoping there's not a lot of people down there, but.
And one of the reasons why we're concerned is typically they don't allow HDTs or big semi trucks into Mexico. So it's been 2 years since we've been to the border, and we asked them about, hey, is this going to be okay? We showed them a picture of the rig. We actually drove the truck to the border, walked across and talked to some people, the border control, and they said it was no problem. We took it to the supervisor, but that was also 2 years ago.
It's going to be an adventure one way or the other.
Yes, it will. And then if we get down there, they want us to turn around, and after seeing how tight it is, we may not be able to get around. So.
Yeah, we may not.
So it's going to be interesting. We are entering Y, Arizona, and I'm not sure why it's called that. I'm sure hoping that this is not all that's here in Y. We're making a quick pit stop, and I thought I would come inside. This place has a lot of character. I sure hope that Sonoita is going to be like this as well as Puerto Penasco. Really anxious. I feel like a kid at Christmas. Are we going to get in? Are we not? What am I going to get for Christmas? So, yeah, I'm getting pretty nervous. We just met a couple here that were filling up at the gas station behind us, and they're heading on down too. So they said they've been going down there for years, and said it's no issue, and the roads are nice and smooth, and everything will be great. So we'll see.
On our way to Mexico, and not very far from Lukeville and Sonoita and the border. And behind us is a Mexico insurance sign. Now you can get that on the road in at a lot of places, or you can get it online. And we got it online. It was easier, and we can print the forms out, so we're ready to go. But yeah, we're getting closer, so we'll see if we're going to make it across.
I'm excited. I'm scared. Guess we're getting a free windshield wash with no fill-up.
Dang. Thank you, but I don't think I deserve applause for that. Getting close to the moment of truth.
Yes, my heart is pounding. Oh! You see the wall.
We have the documents out.
Yes.
All right, the wall's ahead of us. Yes, first step is, are they going to let us through? South of the border.
Moment of truth. Take your glasses off so you won't look so mean.
Oh yeah, I will engage with border protocols.
wonder if the gate is closed. Rumble strips ahead. Well, I sure hope that corner up there is 13.6. Gonna hug the left side.
Yes. I mean, motorhomes do it, right?
Yeah. We have more than $10,000 or 10,000 pesos on us.
No. Well, $10,000. No. 10,000 pesos? Maybe.
It's tight. Is that a guard dog? That's cute.
Hi.
That was long.
Yes, that was long. Down to Mexico, and I didn't like that.
So this is me trying to figure out the stupid GoPro.
Well, I think, are you recording though?
Yeah.
Well, then it's not a touchscreen.
This impacts my artistic creativity. Finished with our pit stop. Whoa. Sorry.
Above the sky.